The school is treated to the purest unplanned.
Oh! Gigguk. When anime leaves you speechless. Let's fucking get it. I like Gigguk. Dang.
When we think
Bro, I
of
like
iconic
that
anime
anime.
moments, we think of stuff like, yo, that was so hype, or that was so sad, or damn, that was so shocking. But when you watch enough anime, you start to notice familiar patterns in the premise, the stories, and definitely the moments that define them. A big climactic fight, a plot twist you don't see coming, a sad death of a character. There are so many great moments like these that are extremely powerful in their own ways, but isn't something you generally haven't seen before. Yes, Demon Slayer episode 18 is absolutely hype, but so are a lot of other beautifully animated high-intensity fight
that was
scenes.
crazy
But
too.
sometimes there's a moment in an anime that just sticks out for me for different reasons. Some may even say that they hit different.
I said it! I said the thing!
These are moments that might not be the most hype, most iconic, most talked about, or even the most memorable. But for one reason or another, they've just refused to leave my mind.
Most
I've
horny
got a short
moment.
list of Gigguk's random anime moments that live rent-free in my mind in no particular order or theme. Yes, I'm only making this so I can nerd out about shit I don't get to talk about enough. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers, so I'll make sure to show what I'm going to talk about before I start each segment. But if you're anything like me, I have this awful habit of discovering
the
shows
song,
and
though.
movies I want to watch by watching out-of-context scenes I've recommended on YouTube, even if they are full of spoilers. I know, okay? So hey, maybe you're as broken as I am, but without further ado, let's get to it. But before I start my first pick, a quick word from today's sponsor. Guys, you know what time it is? It's Boxu time. Boxu is a premium Japanese snack box that works with businesses all over Japan to bring you authentic snacks from their country.
Bro, I wanna
You
eat
get a new
now.
theme of great treats every month sent straight to your door. Look at this box. Now, this box can hold a lot of treats, I tell you. As you guys know, summer is coming up, which is why this month's theme is Midori Summer.
Midori.
That means green summer.
Who?
I'm not hungry, Josie. Yes, June is rainy season in Japan, which is when we get the best greenery and fruits a man could ask for. And all the snacks in here reflect just that. Alright, first we've got some shiro miso senbei. I need something savory first before I get to the sweet, so let me give this a shot. Oh, that smells so delectable.
Mukbang. Oh my god.
Holy crap, this is hitting the spot. And oh my god, I just saw this. If you don't know, these sable cookies are goated. This one's the pear sable cookie. I've never had the pear flavor.
I'm gonna eat my own shit.
So... the perfect cookie doesn't exist. Oh wait. Oh, nice and soft and rich. Mmm. God damn. So if you want to try some awesome Japanese snacks today and also help support my channel, click the link in the description to get some Boxu for yourself or a friend. You can also use code Gigguk to get $15 off your first Boxu purchase. Thank you very much to Boxu for sponsoring me today. Back to the video. Give me more. Give me more. Music performances. The climactic moment in any music anime that separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls, the beeps from the boops. I'm not even a big music guy, but great performances can be some of my personal favorite moments in all of anime. There is a wave of emotion you can get that is different from a hype fight scene or a sad dramatic scene. Haruhi, K-On!, Your Lie in April, Angel Beats. There are a lot of iconic music scenes in anime, but to me, no performance has made me feel such a journey of emotions as much as Kids on a Slope, episode 7.
Never watched it.
When you hear that the director and composer of Cowboy Bebop are teaming up again to work on a music drama revolving around jazz, you get excited. And this is coming from someone who doesn't know the first thing about jazz, except that one of the main tracks used in the show is the jazz classic Monin, which is aptly named because every time I hear that sexy jazz beat, it got me feeling like... Wait, no, wrong clip.
Hey, yo. Oh,
yeah, it's Japan in the 1960s, and you have two best friends who are about one seductive look away from kissing their homies goodnight and shouting no Jojo. At this point in the series, they are having a little bit of a lover's tiff. They aren't talking to each other, their music group has broken up, and their drummer has gone and joined another band right before the big school festival music performance. But, oh no! Something's gone wrong before they're about to get on stage! The setup was predictable, we knew what was coming, but that didn't detract from the magic we were about to see. The school is treated to the purest unplanned between two musicians you could ask for, doing their own rendition of The Sound of Music's My Favorite Thing to Snow White's Someday My Prince Will Come. For 4 glorious minutes, their musicians become their voice actors. Not a single line of dialogue is uttered between them, but you understand everything they are saying to each other through the language of music, and like the audience, I was absolutely mesmerized. I'll be honest, I'm kind of illiterate when it comes to trying to break down or describe music, so all I can say is that the beeps and the boops fired up neurons in my brain so hard, it might as well have turned the serotonin being released into goddamn crack. God, this scene was so good. This Japs is so sexy, it got me more bricked up than all ecchi fan service anime I've watched combined. And just when I thought I couldn't get more bricked up, just when I thought they couldn't peak any harder, they pulled this out. In my mind, too many anime feel the need to talk over their performances, to tell you exactly what the characters are thinking, to tell you exactly what you should be feeling. And the beauty of this scene is that they just let the music do the talking. From the perfectly accurate animation, to the callback to previous songs, to the character developments you see on stage, to the emotions this made me feel. This scene is a fucking masterpiece and my all-time favorite music performance I've ever seen in an anime.
Right, that is just
Voice
not for
acting.
me.
Without voice acting, we'd be watching a silent film, and great voice acting can elevate the most emotional scenes from an anime into something even more spectacular. Or it can break it. There have been so many amazing moments of voice acting that I've seen in anime, I can't even come close to listing them all. From the serious to the sad, hype to emotional, to performances that are downright spellbinding, like Restless Vagrant. You idiot. We'll just steal off the miners. Now clearly, the art of voice acting peaked here, but that's a video game. Amazing voice acting features in some of the most iconic scenes in all of anime. So it's incredible that the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a single voice acting scene that dropped my jaw to the floor is not from this, or this, but from a slightly above average studio trigger show that no one bloody remembers. When supernatural battles become commonplace.
Bro, I remember this. The shit is good.
Jirai here is a
funny.
Chinibyo. What does that mean? He's an edgy try-hard fuckboy. Think of every overplayed trope, every bland...
Bro, his power is so like... It's literally shit.
Protagonist thinks makes them badass. Having a special power, possessing some super
I wish there was
secret
a
knowledge
second
that
season,
only
though.
they know that makes them better than everyone. Basically, everything that Sid from Eminence in the Shadow tries to be without a shred of self-awareness. That's this guy here, and Hakuto has had enough.
Oh no.
So you have chosen death.
Think of everything you've ever wanted to scream and shout at every edgy, too cool for school teenager you've met, and that's where Hakuto is. Because for 2 unstopping, uncut, unfiltered minutes, she just unloads.
Because it's
She
cool.
pops off and just keeps going. Just when you think she's run out of oxygen, she continues for another goddamn minute while upping the intensity. It is downright captivating.
Bro, it's just like... What? Bro, she's a woman.
The most amazing thing about this is that it was rumored to be done in one take. The voice actress Saori Hayami had one shot, one opportunity, and she took it. Mom spaghetti. Stories from the staff members came out about how she nailed this on one take and left everyone in the recording booth in silence. And honestly, I can't blame them, because I think I've realized too that I just witnessed one of the best voice acting moments in history.
Bro, what the
Damn.
fuck?
Restless Vagrant got some competition. I love anime fans, but goddamn, some of y'all got that TikTok brain. If there's not a character getting punched or something exploding every 5 minutes, I gotta start playing some Subway Surfer at the bottom of the screen to make sure you guys are paying attention. But when done right, nothing is more engrossing to me than a good dialogue scene. Eren confronting Reinhardt, Yang Wenli meeting Reinhard, pretty much anything from Monogatari. These are moments of nothing but characters talking that had me glued onto the screen more than any Michael Bay Mega Man ass explosion ever could. But the one dialogue scene I always come back to is the Banquet of Kings from Fate Zero, Episode 11.
Damn, he's
Alright,
jacked.
now I know this is less a scene and more an entire bloody episode, but that's how gripping it is. I've watched this subbed, I've watched this dubbed, I've watched this goddamn raw, and I'm still hooked from minute 1 to minute 20. And no, it's not because I get another chance to explain Fate.
What the fuck?
Alright, so let me explain Fate. What is it, Kat? We've got a battle royale to the death going on, where there can only be one victor out of 7 teams that comprise of 7 mages who are paired up with a hero, either from legend or real world history. Can't believe I'm fucking doing this again. Now at this point we are well into this battle royale. People have died, battles have already been fought, every team is at each other's throat. Then out of nowhere one of the heroes busts through the enemy
animation
stronghold, turns
though.
up at that doorstep, faces off with them, and he's like, fancy going to the pub and grabbing a pint?
Bro, what the fuck is that short?
True Brexit geezer. Rev up the Bugatti. Pop down, have a couple pints with the lads.
That's right. No swords, no fights. What proceeds to happen is a whole episode of 3 of the heroes sitting around in a circle drinking and talking.
Wow.
Just a bit of banter.
This is a prime example of what happens when you put a bunch of interesting, larger-than-life characters in the room together and let them carry a scene with dialogue alone. Because while at the beginning, it's nice just to see these characters interacting without the pretense of a fight, it really starts to kick off when the topic of what it means to be a true king comes up.
I have every intention of plundering your abundant storehouse until it's been laid bare, so get ready.
That is hardly fitting of how a true
Damn, good
king
dub
should
though.
behave.
You have Archer, Gilgamesh, Ryder, Alexander the Great, and Saber, King Arthur. 3 legendary kings in their respective time periods with 3 different types of kingship. One of selfishness, one of ambition, and one of duty. Each of them presenting their case while tearing the others down, and it is enthralling. Because while there are no punches being thrown, I would argue that this is one of the most compelling fights in all of Fate Zero. It's a battle of ideologies using their words as their weapons. Not a single line is wasted, not a single useless sentence is uttered. This is what Twitter users see in their mind's eye. And what I love is just how bloody convincing they actually are. You don't start believing they're kings because the plot told us they were. You can see it. You start believing in them yourselves with the words that they say, because goddamn, it is delivered in an inspiring way for the people in its fictional universe and in real life as well.
You, who became a ruler, only to satisfy your endless greed.
A king without greed is even worse than a figurehead! Saber, you said you would martyr yourself for your ideals. In life, you must have been something akin to the purest of all the saints. But who can truly admire the rough and thorny path that a martyr must follow in life? Who actually dreams of such an ending? A king must be greedier than any other. He must laugh more loudly and rage for much longer, and embody the very extreme of all things, good and evil.
My man's out here making a case for being a tyrannical leader, and I'm somehow being convinced. Because I think the most amazing thing about this scene is that objectively, they are all right, and they are all wrong in their own way. It should be impossible for anyone to actually win this fight. Yet
bro,
through
I don't
sheer
care.
charisma and
Saber's the
Gigguk
best girl.
energy, a winner does emerge. Through his words and actions, Ryder is able to shake Saber's ideology to her core. His words cut deeper than any sword ever could, and if that wasn't enough, he ends things off with a demonstration that shows her what his kingship means. And he uses his noble phantasm, essentially his ult, don't worry about it, a move you should really not be revealing to your enemies willy-nilly just to prove a goddamn point. Ah, it was so worth it. This was the most epic conclusion for one of the most gripping dialogue scenes I've experienced from
Bro, it's just a desert,
no matter
what the
who would
fuck?
eventually go on to win the Holy Grail War, ultimately Ryder won over our hearts in this scene, which was oh so on point for this legendary character.
My bond with them is my greatest treasure, my path to kingship, the ultimate noble phantasm that I possess!
Oh my god.
3D.
Noble phantasm is the friends he made along the way. Alright, that was a really long segment, so you know what? Anime dancers. There's been a lot of iconic anime dancers throughout the years. Hara Hara Yukai if you're in my generation, Chica Dance if you're a goddamn Zoomer, Jujutsu Kaisen
bro,
ZD
this
if
is
you're
a
on
weeb
TikTok,
shit.
JoJo's Torture Dance if you're on Grindr, but out of everything, there's been one dance I swear I've broken YouTube's replay button watching. Shirobako episode 16. Alright, so you gotta promise me. Promise me you're not gonna leave this video to find this clip and replay it 10 times after I finish playing it. Alright, promise? Like, pinky promise? I trust you, cause otherwise I'm gonna tell your mum. I swear I'm gonna tell her you're a little liar, pants on fire. Play the clip.
Oh no, bro, what? Oh, what the fuck?
That's it. That's the scene. You still here? When
Why?
people talk about shonen battle series, we say stuff like, damn, that was such a banger fight scene, or damn, I can't believe this guy just called Jujutsu Kaisen mid,
Jujutsu
or
Kaisen
damn,
Spock!
is that a Dragon Ball fan with more than 10 IQ? But beyond the fights, the salts, and the hype, nothing has quite sold me on a long-running shonen faster than the 20 minutes of chaos in Chainsaw Man Episode 9 and Makima's Ritual.
Chainsaw Man was so good though.
Am I doing a bit of a cop-out by picking a moment from one of the most hyped recent anime? Yes. Did I want to talk about this so I have something to clickbait this video
Bro,
with?
Chainsaw Man has one of the best OSTs. Like, all OSTs are so good. Like,
In the
even
thumbnail?
this one.
Maybe. But this stands out to me as how to do a turning point in your story. Please don't kill me, Mushoku Tensei fans. More than any of the chainsaw massacring fight scenes, more than any of the boob-touching Makima caboose sniffing action, this showcased that a battle shonen could do more than just drop a cool action scene on you. Because what stood out to me the most is that out of nowhere, the show just turns into a full-on survival horror as Makima looks at Light, laughs in his face and goes,
Makima.
heart attack? What are you into, little baby shit? This is how you send a message. What gets me about this entire sequence is
Fucking
just
potato.
the sheer emotional whiplash after everything that's been built up.
Not
We had
potato,
7
tomato.
episodes establishing your usual shonen affair, then in just one episode you realize, oh, the people I thought were safe are definitely not. These villains are way more terrifying than I ever gave them credit for. Then the series doesn't even give
Bro,
us
that was-
5 minutes
that
to
was so
process that
sad.
before throwing a fat Uno reverse card in our face. You feel a sense of eerie dread for the bad guys that does a better job than 90% of horror anime have ever done. The direction, the music, her unsettlingly calm demeanor, the fact that these people can sense that they're about to die a violent death before they do is a fucking horrifying thought. And after everything is said and done, you're like,
Wait, should I be more terrified of the good guys or the bad guys here?
this was just such a brilliantly directed scene from start to finish that
If you
went
know,
beyond
you
the
know.
great action you expect from a shonen. And if that was just a taste of the mayhem to come, Chainsaw Man Season 2 cannot arrive soon enough. Until then, I have to live with the scraps I've got to find out what's really going on behind the terror boner Makima has given us as the true horror antagonist herself.
Standing there menacingly.
Was an anime.
What is
looked
that?
Like this.
Look at this dude.
This was a show that took some creative decisions with its art style and aesthetics, and when it aired in 2013, the internet destroyed it. Meme after meme, screenshot after screenshot, it got clowned on.
Is that a girl?
obscurity,
What
but
the
now
fuck?
that time has passed, I think people are starting to realize that we didn't really give it a fair chance.
7.
Sure, sometimes the visuals look so bloody ridiculous that it looks more like a comedy than a thriller, but behind all that, there is a truly amazing story being told here. One that explores the darkest parts of our human emotions that we bury behind the public mask we wear. And there's one scene that has always stuck out to me in this series that everyone had already written off. Flowers of Evil, Episode 7. Takao Kasuga starts the series as someone who believes he is different to everyone, because that's the person
He's
he wants to
built different.
Been a part of me. I'm built different.
being an all-around edgy twat. He's not like other boys. There are 2 wolves inside of him. But when a complicated girl
Bro, what?
Nakamura sees him in a moment of weakness, she knows what perverted and sick desires lie beneath the surface he presents. She torments him, wears him down and blackmails him, tears into him for days until you see all of his fake ideals and the facade he wears crumble into nothing. This scene is that breaking point.
What?
We see him proceed to completely wreck the classroom in an explosion of catharsis as he embraces who he really is. With a sheer, visceral display of emotions, it is almost chilling, watching this manic destruction of their classroom as every layer of his old persona is peeled off one by one.
Oh my god.
This was the moment where I fully understood the creative vision. That semi-realistic, uncanny look on top of the
Bro,
eerie,
she's
unnerving music
weird.
left me with a symphony of conflicting emotions few anime are able to make me feel. It was equal parts unsettling as it was beautiful. That final shot of the circle of chaos they created is an image that's etched into my mind. Just them laying there. 2 messed up teenagers in a room matching how fucked up things are in their head. This was then I understood. This was why the show looked like this. This was what Aku no Hana was meant to be. There was something special here, and it's sad more people didn't give this a chance for a season 2 to be made.
no, I know this one.
There are many moments in anime that get me emotional enough to get the waterworks running. Sad parts that pull at the heartstring until there are no emotions left to wring out. But sometimes I watch a scene that makes me tear up even if there's nothing sad happening on screen. And one of those moments is the running scene from episode 2 of A Place Further Than the Universe.
What?
This scene hits me every time I rewatch it, bar none. And I still don't fully understand why, because I'm the only one I've talked to that has had this kind of emotional response to this moment. But if I had to quantify it, if I could pick a scene that so perfectly captures the carefree moments you remember from your younger years, this is it. It is pure freedom.
What? Bro, they're just running.
We all have a cherished memory tucked away somewhere of some dumb crap you got up to as a kid. That one random thing you and your mate did on that summer holiday. Getting up to some stupid antics on that one trip you took with your siblings or family. We didn't realize how precious those moments would be, or how fondly we'd look back on them when we were older.
What the
what
fuck?
gets me is this overwhelming feeling that we're seeing one of these precious memories being made right in front of us. 3 girls going out of their comfort zone to go on an adventure and just having the time of their lives doing dumb shit. I will never not adore this moment, maybe even more so than some of the more serious
What the fuck
scenes in
is-
the
oh
series.
my
It might not be
God.
the most hype, the most sad, or the most dramatic moment you can find in anime, but it gets me emotional in a way few are ever able to. God, I love this show. And that was everything I had time to talk about today.
Oh, that was
I didn't
it?
even get through a tenth of everything I could have talked about, but I don't want this video to be an hour, so who knows? If you guys like this enough, maybe I'll do some more of these types of videos. If you didn't already know, I'm going to be touring Europe with Trash Taste in September this year. A lot of tickets have already sold out, but we have a few venues with some availability, so if you're in the area, get your tickets now while they're still
Germany.
available. I'll leave a link in the description for all
London.
the available venues left. And of course, thank you to the patrons this month: Alpha Sigma, Author Curtis Eckstein, Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate,
That's me.
Flap.
It's not the best, the video that is made, but it was fine. Okay, subscribe. Thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, boy.